Stream is up. Oh. Stream is up. Stream is up. So 4, 3, 2, 1, when you are. All
Okay,
right.
so Vidas, welcome to ML9 stream. So far, so good. Still the same usual cast, just a little switch up though. Still will be busy for tonight, so we got just Vidas and Emmy here with myself, Black Matter. So Emmy, please say hi to everyone.
Uh, Hello guys, welcome back to the stream. And today we are having Otsutsuki Clan versus Darkstars. And if you have been watching Gauntlet enough, you would know that Otsutsuki is another giant squad in the Gauntlet, and they're a possible winner to the Gauntlet. And I hope they're able to provide us with enough violence that Shinigami and Elka provided us yesterday. Over to you, Vidas.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to be back. I was in a bit of a hiatus. I wasn't at my optimum. I'm still not at my optimum, but at least I think optimal enough to take a look at this game. And it's definitely going to be a banger in the Otsutsuki clan versus Darkstars. I can see some notable names in the lobby right now, and I think yeah, we're going to be in for one hell of a game.
Definitely. But though, Emmy, I want to look forward to what Otsutsuki have to offer because you said they're a potential winner for the tournament, for the gauntlet. So I really want to see what they can do, Emmy.
I don't know if they switched up their lineup because I'm seeing names that I don't understand. But the only name I can recognize is Indra, and I can say for a fact he's definitely one of the top five best movers that we have in Nigeria on my own personal list because some people might have other preferences. But all right, we're starting off with the CC band from Darkstars, and Otsutsuki Clan is responding with a Fairy Tail band. What do you think about this, Black Manta?
Well, a CC band definitely trying to take out the mobility there for Otsutsuki. The retail, we saw that, even with the retail without the sprint yesterday, can still be a problem with that mobility there. But that CC, though, I really don't, see much, of a threat in the CC, unless maybe there's someone on Otsutsuki Clan that
Yeah,
is very, very good with the CC that are trying to ward off. That's my take on that, Amy.
yeah, that's probably the issue there because a CC band straight off the bat is weird, and they have a Kalia band which Indra plays very very well. There was a certain time that we used to go rank, and he's very good on the Kalia. So I'm pretty sure that band is directed at him. And we have the first pick here coming in from Dark Stars. Let's see what they are going to pick.
Yeah, let's see that. Disciple has a lot of options here, but we'll settle for the Fasa. Wow,
Hmm,
that's a Fasa
okay.
first pick. How do you feel about this?
I wouldn't feel exactly bad or good about it because there are a lot of assassins that could really go to the back line and shut her down. But I mean, that's confidence right there. And Osuzuki is responding with a Fulvius and a Kimi pick. Kimi is a favorite pick in this gauntlet right now. Everybody is just picking it because she is overpowered. She's an initiator and a very good damage dealer. What do you think about this?
Yeah, you said that. Another favorite pick there is the Uranus. You can see League really locking that one
Yeah.
down, preventing that third band from taking it away from him potentially. And the Matilda as well, really getting pretty popular there. I think this is kind of inspired from Alfie, from the way Alfie played the Matilda the last time, for his team Oasis. But let's really see what Disciple can do. Hopefully, he's not a disciple of Alfie. Maybe he is. We will get to see.
Yeah, we will get to see. And Suzuki is responding with a Brody pick. Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, a Brady versus whoever's the fact that they actually took down the retail, it probably means that they're trying to reduce the amount of mobility that's going to probably be on their opponent's marksman. So, or maybe they're just trying to just stop that late game scaling of Iritel's ultimate. So, or maybe there's someone that has a very, very good Iritel gameplay on the
I
side
think
of DS.
yeah, I think that's Amir because he plays a lot of Irrital and he's very very good on Irrital. So that ban was directed at him, and I don't know why they are going for a bloody pick when Granger is open, Moscow is open. Uh, who else is open? Aritz is open, but I don't know. They must have a particular draft line in mind, and we have third ban in here from Darkstars Alpha. I don't know what is going on. A lot of weird bands here.
Definitely a lot of weird bans indeed, because an alpha ban, maybe they're trying to prevent for the potential alpha jungle, because Otsutsuki hasn't actually picked a jungler yet. And alpha jungle is pretty strong in the gauntlet. It's a pretty strong pick, in the
Yeah.
gauntlet. We saw that with the picks in the, I think the Camillevi pick or something. I can't really remember. With the alpha,
Uh,
it was really
mhm.
really renowned. Oh, the Fred Cheesy's move. Isolani here with the Fredrin. How do you feel about this, Emi?
I don't know why everybody is spamming Frederick, to be honest. I don't understand what is going on because personally there are way more options. I wouldn't say exactly better because Frederick has been brought back to how he was in the old days. Probably better. And well, he kind of fits into their lineup. They do not lack damage output. They have a carry, they have a passer that can deal crazy burst damage, and they have a Uranus that, if he has enough stacks, can also deal pretty much a lot of damage. And we have Otsutsuki here responding with Rafaela. So Baxia is going to be the the jungle. What do you think about this?
Yeah, definitely trying to take advantage of that Baxia mark there against the Uranus is definitely possible. But then again, they locked down the retail. I like the fact that it's a kind of a trade. Okay, you ban the
Mhm.
retail, but Darkstars still settle for the carry, because carry may not be as mobile as retail, but you have the
Yeah,
mobility on the speedy light wheels, and you also
yeah.
have the damage on the speedy light wheels. So, you might not be. I mean, not Irita is like pro max of carry, so carry is like the pro. So Carrie can actually kind of fit in, not completely, but she can kind of try to fit in there, especially against this Phobios and this Baxia, because they're really going to be shoving themselves in that front line. So hopefully this Carrie can really do something about that.
Definitely. She is going to be busting down Baxia and definitely Phobius. Phobius has a vengeance, so Carrie is gonna have to be careful with attack speed and know when to stop attacking so as not to kill herself. And we are getting into the game. Welcome to the land of dawn, people. Over to you, Black Manta.
Definitely welcome to the land of Dawn. Isolani here with the first jungle on the purple buff. Starting with the purple buff, a Fredrin. I would think that we start with the orange buff. There's a spam recall here. I don't know if they're trying to give a sign here and an emote as well. But then again, we can look at the top here. Emma getting support as well from Real and Indra. I don't really know how I feel about this Rafaela, but honestly, I feel like they should have gone for something better. Perhaps if Faramis would have done the justice, Emmy.
Again, Rafaela's alt was revamped, so but it's not really that effective, to be honest. On my own personal preference, I would prefer someone else as a roamer for the team. But they have a backside to cover for the front line and the tankiness. But they are going against the Fredrin, who is going to definitely lock down the backside. So I don't know how they are going to have to work around that. But let's see what they have for us.
Yeah, I do agree. Let's just see what they have for us indeed. That Indra in the mid lane, slightly getting aggressive here. Disciple though with the ancestral guidance as well. Real just trying to farm here. But yeah, like you said, let's really see what they have for us, because that Rafaela ultimate, being able to revive one member can come in handy in the lates. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Utility wise, Real will get the pill here. The pill here, Real. Big Face will get out with the spiritual unity, that mid lane, but not willing to still recall back. But yeah, that's about that. It also was spawned in 15.
I don't understand why the mage and the Roma were separated in the early game because the Roma went to the bot lane. Probably that's an issue on the mage's part, or there's a bit of a miscommunication. But oh wow,
Yeah, definitely. Okay, see the EXP lane though. Flames will try to come towards the turtle to support Baxia. Baxia, I don't really know what's going on here. I mean, the turtle support another strike coming in, but the range, it's outranged. Ooh, flickers in to support. Vortex Impulse comes in as well. Flames will use the Infernal Pursuit on two. Finds one. So Isolani wins the red trip battle, secures the objective. Indra coming in with the tortoise voice as the Infernal Pursuit. Flames gets the first blood. As Big Face goes down, the revenge Otsutsuki gets a double to start the match as they invade the jungle. Wow.
I think we can see the effect of Indra because Rafaela is doing wonders. In that team fight, they were supposed to lose because uh, the damage outputs that was coming in from the Fasa, which was absolutely shut down from the flicker from the Fovius. But ah, let's see how it goes.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. Definitely. I mean, I like the fact that Flames really took advantage there, really just going for that backline with the Infernal Pursuit, targeting the squishes. But let's go back to the gold lane here. If you can just swipe, there's an engagement there on the EXP lane. Flames not willing to push that one through, though. Lead will be shopping a lot of HP. Demonic Curse, Infernal Pursuit. But Lee will retreat there. That's one thing about the Uranus. You think you additional damage to him, but the Uranus is just regening that damage. Just bringing back that hit. And you're like, what is this guy? Like, don't you die?
Very annoying hero, to be honest. Very annoying hero.
Yeah, very annoying hero. The mid lane, though, there's an engagement there. Big Face, though, needs to go back. That poke, that aggressive poke is not going to be something that might favor him because positioning here is what matters. Isolani not being impulsive like cheesy there. Will engage. Tackling Eagle not willing to find that immobilized two-man there. Tackling Eagle comes in from the Matilda with an knock-up. Isolani finds him. Big Face goes down. They revenge one for one there. Ooh, coming in there. Will get taken down. Shisui finds Disciple on that one. If an pushes from Flint, they're trying to fight. Ooh! Shisui finds the double with the turnabout member. Finds a triple with the Abyss Impact. Shisui from Otsutsuki is making a move right now, challenging the definition of Nigerian standard for the gold lane.
This is what I'm saying. That Otsutsuki is a favorite to win the tournament, and we can see that it's quite evident that this is a complete beatdown. I mean, the scores right now is a 7-1, and we have almost a 3K gold lead in the 5th minute of the game, which is a lot. And I don't know how Shinigami, sorry, Darkstars is going to come back from this, or how they uh, plan to respond. But to be honest, I don't really see a game plan for them because they are supposed to be winning the early game, but they are having a problem here, and that's definitely going to cause an issue because we have Brody here already snowballing. He's already on 3-0-0. And what? Let me check his goal. 4,204.25 is already leading the enemy the enemy gold laner with 1.1k gold in the 5th minute of the game. What do you think about this?
Honestly, Otsutsuki are already dominating. This is the early game strengths, really taking advantage of that Phobios and that Baxia as well. But then again, I really want to see what Emir is going to do. Then go to gold lane. Shisui with a ton of memory takes him down, settling the pace in the gold lane, but they will try to revenge their Isolani misses. The Vortex Impulse comes in. Emma finds him there with a shield unity. Fernando strike coming in, trying to defend his jungler, but they will not save him. He takes him down. Shisui finds him with a corrosive strike and the Abyss Impact. They will go into the shelter, but the turret is not enough shelter. Real pursuing, not enough. Disciple tries to escape. Shisui takes the tier 1, but Disciple falls to Indra as Darkstars retreat to shelter. Wow.
I can't even fault any of the picks right now because they are performing with the picks that I was probably a little bit criticizing earlier. I mean, just look at the Brody. Brody is on 501, and then we have Kimi. Well, Kimi is on 008, but then we have the Baxia on a surprising KD of 306. This is a complete beatdown, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not looking good for them. Like I was saying, I think the only person that can, is pretty much doing a job that is not that the best, but still trying to make it work is lead. I mean, he's the only, the Uranus is the only one really that I see that is gonna be a slight problem for them because of that insane regen. And his KDA right now is probably the one that is looking the most attractive. No deaths, no assists. Compared to his teammates where they have 3 deaths or at least 2 deaths. But if something really goes well and lead really does that frontlining well, I think he can support his jungler and his marksman, and they can make something work. But they gotta start by shutting down Shisui because Shisui right now is the most problematic person on Otsutsuki.
Be honest, I don't think Uranus will be much of an issue because the way Shishu is fed right now, he's probably definitely going to be able to bust down the Uranus in a matter of seconds, and whoever else is in the front line too. So I don't know how they are going to have to work around that. The only probable person that could deal enough damage to be a threat to Shishui is the Fasa, his big face, and we have a gank up top.
Yeah, we have a gank up top there. But I love the fact that Emir really just picks up the tier one on the EXP lane. That's a tier one for a tier one there for both teams. Darkstars and Otsutsuki will find turrets, single ones at that. But Shisui, oh, you can see the mid lane. They're trying to find a gank here, Shisui. But he's really just staying in the comfort of his Roma here. Not really trying to push that one through flames. Will try to cut the lane though and trying to. I think they're trying to push for that tier one. They want to take down that tier one on the EXP lane. But then again, Shisui trying to mark him with the Abyss Corrosion. Indra will try for the turret dive, but not willing to commit. Isolani engages, impulsive. Fernandez try coming into support. But Shisui takes down the tier one on the EXP lane. Darkstars will retreat. But Otsutsuki not willing to let them go. Not willing to let them go. But they have to. The objective is here.
I like the rotation coming in from Otsutsuki. The way they are moving together as a team is making the effectiveness. We have a fighter.
Yeah, definitely. Uranus will frontline that one, but it also has been secured by Shisui. They lose that objective though. Coming in with the shield unity. Emir will flicker out of the protection post, but Emir goes down to Emma. The shield unity finds him. Real will retreat. A marksman for no one. It's a favorable trade for Otsutsuki as the Lord approaches from the mid lane.
Like I was saying earlier, the fact that they are moving together as a whole unit is making Rafaela very, very effective. I mean, just look at that. Carrie tried to bust her down, but then she flickered away, and then she came back into the fight to heal and provide more HP for his teammates so they can push forward, and they were able to shut down the MM.
Yeah, they were able to. They're just trying to just defend the Lord here, but Flames, the Lord will go down. That's a weak Lord. He still haven't really gone deep into the game. We're still almost 10 minutes into the game, and both teams are really just not really finding each other's ground right now. You can see that, Darkstars are trying their best to clear the lanes. You can see Amy are really rotating up top, mid bot, just trying to just make sure that those waves are in the favor of Darkstars. But how long can he keep this up?
How they are going to perform this magic, but Darkstars, they really need to shut down the Brody. He's on 8k gold right now with a BOD and 20 stacks on the Sky Piercer. He is going to become a major issue for them in team fights in the late game because I don't know how they are going to work around that. They don't have anybody that can take that pure raw damage coming in from the Brody.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was kind of setting my side to protecting spot, finds no one though. But Shisui will take the tier 1 on the EXP lane, the tier 2 on the EXP lane. All the external turrets are down, except the one in the mid lane. And it's not good. Darkstar just keep losing turrets. It seems like Otsutsuki are not willing to just engage it. They just want to just take out, turrets, and that's it. Disengage and take objective and just push. Just push for the win.
We can see that Otsutsuki is they are marking the territory. The whole map is red right now. The whole map is red. We can see that the only tier 2 turret that is standing is the one in the mid lane, and pretty soon enough, I'm sure that's going to be falling too. So the gold lead right now is a massive
Protecting balls will
7,000.
take out Emir. Nice target there
Oh
from
wow.
Real. That was a dangerous move. I really don't know why Isolani abandoned his gold laner there. Emir is supposed to be the one that should help them against Shisui. But right now, the KDA is not looking nice, Emi.
It's not looking nice at all. Amir is on 041. That is very bad for a gold laner. And he's on 5,900 gold, while his counterpart is on 8,500. That is almost a 3k gold lead. 2.4k gold lead to be exact. That is a whole lot. That's a whole lot. I don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know if they're going to be contesting for the Lord. We have Isolani here.
Yeah, Isolani, better Simpos finds two, but that's stun from the Rafaela. Infernal Pushes coming in from plane, so the Feather Strike will try to ward them off. Umbra, they just oh, the
Oh.
shutdown as Darkstars fight Jusui in that one. A brilliant move from Big Face. Just might be the turning moment for Darkstars. Real trying to push this one, zone them out from the objective, but they will push as Emma takes down the Lord. Darkstars finding their footing once more. Just might be the start of something new, Emmy.
I think that's what I said earlier, because the only person that has enough firepower to shut down the Brody within the fracture of time that they need is the Fasa. And I'm glad that Face was able to do that. That bought them a little bit of time. But now they need to deal with the Lord that is coming to crash down to their inhibitor on the top side.
Yeah, you can see Lee spamming the recalls here. Really got it slightly overconfident there, but the Lord will approach. For testing post finds Emia, positioning Emia. Gets the
Oh.
stun, almost gets taken out. Emma though, late with the shield unity there, but we'll try to defend the Lord against the Lord here. We'll try to support it, but late on the Uranus trying to frontline there. That mid lane turret 2 goes down. But the Lord is pressuring here on the EX Relay. Another strike coming out, trying to sort them out. Lead frontlining there. This Uranus cannot die as he repels the invade right there. With dangerous position there. Isolini gets taken out. Emma in a dangerous position as well. They will retreat though. Darkstars with the same force finds too, but not into serious as both teams will defend and wave clear. Really trying for that. Ooh, trying for that tier 1 there. The inhibitors fall. Wow, Otsutsuki are not leaving any prisoners behind, any tourists behind, like at all. Oh, they're still trying for the lead, dangerous position. You just might die, lead. You cannot just thought about memory from Shisui.
Oh
But
my
finally
God.
takes it down. The Uranus got a little bit overconfidence in that one there, Emmy.
I don't know. To be honest, I would. Oh wow, we still have a bit of a fight here.
There's definitely more fights. We will go for the base though.
Oh,
That Broody
that
has enough range to take out that base. That's what Otsutsuki take game 1.
and that is a wrap. To be fair, I would blame that loss on Isolani. I don't know. Maybe that was a misstep coming from his end, or probably that was just him being overconfident. When they were defending the inhibitor against the Lord, he dashed across the wall into the into the enemy. There were three there, and they were able to stun him and kill him. And from there, the Dark Stars didn't have any other front line apart from lead, which is not enough because they need 2 or 3 to be able to hold on enough, and that would have
One.
and that is a wrap. To be fair, I would blame that.
He didn't need to even come close to the base. Just like Leela,
And then,
you don't need to come
and then
close to the
he
base.
had
Also,
he had the
that
malefic gun.
Uranus, yeah. That's why. That must have been why. And also, let's talk about the fact that Lead tried, he kind of overestimated his healing in that point because he should have gone back to regen, but he was still there, really poking really hard, and boom, the turn apart memory takes him out.
It was not even the turn apart memory. The turn apart memory already came in, and then he went back in, and the one just one basic attack from Brody was able to proc his what do you call it, Sky Piercer passive, and then he was able to shut down leads. I don't know. That was a lot of HP, and I don't know how many stacks Brody was on, but That was crazy and totally unexpected. So if I was the one, I would be surprised too, because I wouldn't expect that kind of damage. But again, let's see what they have for us in the game too.
Yeah, let's see what they have for us. I really hope that Darkstars make a comeback because if I love the fact that FaZe tried to start something new there in the center of the game. He took out Shisui, but unfortunately, one death is not. As Mattis would say, one defeat means nothing. One defeat wasn't enough for Shisui to stop what he was doing because Shisui was just cooking in that game.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy started out so nicely, really made sure that Emir had a hard time on the gold lane, and Emir too, some kind of positioning difficulties there. I think that's what cost him there. And I think if we patch up on that and Darkstars really strategize properly, they just might have a chance to turn the tide in game two. But let's just see how it goes, Emmy.
And I think Darkstars would have to work on their draft because the faster first pick was just it was off. I don't know what they were thinking, but they needed someone that could deal some kind of AOE. I mean, faster deals AOE damage, but it's not like busting front line like that. If they had someone like a Louis or even a Valet would have been good against the Baxia because the Baxia was just there, just rolling up on people and just stunning them and slowly but painfully killing them. So I don't know. They have to reset themselves and draft better in the second game.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just also just talk about a little bit about how the EXP has really had it out. Flames was just trying to just hit the Uranus. The Uranus like a punching bag, for the Phobios, and then we just kept hitting him, but we just regen, hit, regen, like, okay, give me all you got, like, come at me, I can take it. But the Uranus just keep healing it up, and at some point, Flames just kind of gave up and just started cutting lanes with the assistance from Indra there. Just make, okay, look, I can't take this guy one-on-one, but I can cut my lane so that I can rotate and just leave him alone. That was basically what he just settled for, and we are back in the draft again.
All right. This time around, Otsutsuki will be having the first ban and the first pick. Let's see what they're going to ban.
Yeah, Flames with the first ban as well. 2 seconds left. We'll take down the Phobios. Might be counterproductive though. That was his move last game. What do you think about this?
If he has a large hero pool, I think that's definitely fine. And they might be having a kind of comp that deals with dashing a lot, and they don't want to have any issues with their skills. So probably that's why they banned the Phobios. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. The glue comes in as well with the ban. Second ban. I can relate to a glue ban because glue can be very, very problematic, especially in team fights. He wants to mount you with a stick. It can, it can just. Oh, finally taking down the Broody. I don't know why people just, I think Darkstars have recognized Shisui here, and they just don't want him to do what he did in the last game. They don't want him to go on a rampage. They want to give themselves some chance. They're forsaking the marksman they banned the last time for Broody. It seems like Broody is more of a threat to them now because of the performance last time. But let's hope that Shisui has something in his arsenal that is probably deadlier than his Broody.
We have a CC pick here coming in from Otsutsuki. I don't think it's the proficiency of Shisui on the Brody that is the problem. It's the fact that the ganking was not done properly. We have the Roma going to the bot lane to try and gank, and then we have the mage just there sitting in the mid lane. I don't know what he was thinking, and then taking and soaking up a lot of damage. And by the time this team fights reached him, Bashir was just able to roll in and just kill him. I don't know what Big Face is doing and what's going on in his head. But we have a Iritel pick here from Otsutsuki, and we have a Gatos. And I would like to point out that Gray, that is subbing in for their former for Amir, is a proficient Iritel player. So that is a very comfortable pick. That is a comfortability pick. What do you think?
Honestly, swapping out Amir for Gray, hopefully that makes a difference. But there's the Lycan King, cursed by the full moon, Roger on Shisui. I really want to see what this Roger is gonna do tonight. And did you see? Oh my goodness, there is crazy chaos in this Otsutsuki. They just might take this game 3, but I don't want to speak too soon, Emi.
Personally, I know for a fact that Zushin is gonna cause a lot of problem. She's gonna cause problem for Gatos. She's gonna cause problem for Minotaur, and they should probably have to. They will probably have to pick something that will be able to deal with her. A jungler, probably a Link or a Hayabusa or someone that can threaten her enough to make her, fall back a little bit and give them a little bit of a breathing space. And we have a Granger ban here coming in from Darkstars because they know the Roger is probably going jungle. And there is yet to be a gold lane pick from Otsutsuki. And we have Otsutsuki responding with a higher Busa ban. Just like I said, they don't want issues for the Zushin. And I don't know who else is going to come in here. If they have a proficient, I don't know if Isolani is a Link player, but Link deals well with Zushin. But I wouldn't really advise just to pick Link alone because of Zushin. And we have a YSS. I think it's the first time I'm seeing a YSS pick from this tournament. What do you think, Darkstar? Sorry, Black Matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. But then again, you can also see that the blood floods on Isolani can grant him control immunity. So I don't know if that's their plan to get close to the Jusine and just take her out or something. But I feel like they could have gone for something better, like you said, like a Link or even a Hanzo.
Yeah,
A Hanzo might
yeah,
have
yeah.
been problematic. So going for a YSS, let's see how they utilize this pick. I wouldn't want to see how this turns out, for them.
And we have Osuki responding with the same two last picks that they had last game, the Rafaela and the Baxia. And we have the last pick coming in from Darkstar, Big Face, the Lilia. And I think we will see a substantial spike in Big Face's gameplay because he plays Lilia a lot. Personally, I think he plays Vexena and Cecilia more, but I've seen him play Lilia, and I think he will be able to deal with the Baxia at least, and they would have a little bit of breathing space for the YSS to be able to shut down the Zushin or probably the Roger or the Rafaela. And we are into the loading screen.
Yeah. I do agree with what you say though. But this Big Face, I really don't think Big Face really needs that purify much because I think he kind of needs the flicker here because he
Mhm.
definitely Shisui is gonna want to come for him. Shisui is
Yeah.
going to want to come for him, and the purify. And I think it's gonna be relying on the black shoes though for the mobility. But when you have the Roger here, the Roger is someone that really can be very, very nasty chased. Roger has a lot of range, a lot of mobility. It can be difficult to get away from him. But I really want to see how he executes. I know he carried the purifier because of the juicing. The juicing can be very problematic. I know he carried it because of that, but I really want to see how he executes this when Shisui is on his tail.
Personally, I think the Purify is still a good pick because considering the fact that Zushin is going to be the one that she's facing in lane, and Roger won't be a problem until late into the game or probably a rotation for the second turtle or something, and she doesn't have to worry about that until then. But for now, that Zushin is right in her face, she has to pick up the Purify.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
look at
Lantern
that.
Flare already there. Big face. Half HP already. You've seen already making a move in the Ellis. Real being real there. But the Lito has spawned and the contest will come. Real already. Lantern Flare raising, getting those airborns in. Big face will try to get damage in. Disciple will engage though the concussive blast. But Real with the Lantern Flare once more. On the mid lane, just a slight skirmish, a little bit of peel, not too much, not too little as well.
Uh, I think the problem that most Zushins usually have is the fact that whenever they are poking, they are also being poked and they have to recall back or something. But we have the Rafaela covering in for that. We have an engager top.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, blood coming in from the YSS. Isolani, but not willing to follow that one through. Really is already low, but recalling. That was a very wise move there. That was close. That was close.
That was very close. Just two more shots from the YSS would have taken her down, and she had to flicker out of that. And the turtle is spawning in 12 seconds.
Yeah, Indra already low, but the shield unity will come in from Emma though to support his Granger bot, the Gato. Wow, not willing to follow that through. Natsuki doesn't have the AOG yet, still on level 3, but Flames getting close to level 4. even farming the minions as well. But the total dance is yet to start. Disciple though already in the area, real still doing what is Justin should, just trying to peel them off until they're not forced to engage anymore and they're forced to recall. But back on the gold lane, we can see she's already low. There's Lycan pounce on the minions back to the turtle. That wasn't really anything much, but there's the Crimson Beacon coming in. Reverse blood will go to the
Nasty.
YSS. Emma secures the objective as well. Real dishing down those airballs in, but Flames will take out Natsuki there. Emma with the tortoise poisons. Disciple trying to get away. Doesn't have the one rage, but we get taken down by Real as Otsutsuki make their mark in a 2-1 kill lead.
That is a disgusting damage coming in from the YSS, and I'm pretty sure even Indra didn't expect that much damage and burst coming in from him, and that's why it was shut down. But YSS will have a hard time dealing with the Baxia. As you can see, once he saw that he lost the turtle and Baxia was right in his face, he just dashed away and left that team fight.
Yeah, he left that team fight, and the fact that the Minotaur didn't have his Minoan rage just yet, it was kind of like passive in that auto dance. But hopefully in the next one, he's going to be, pretty active there. Gray as well coming in, still camping though, waiting for that vision from Disciple. Disciple already signaling a cut, but Gray not willing to take it yet. Indra's positioning here. I really don't know what he's trying to cook up here. Really trying to stay in the lanes until Shisui comes back. But Disciple will try to still stay there. But a gank is trying to cook up here. It's a 3-on-2. The numbers advantage to Otsutsuki. And Darkstars will need reinforcements for this one. But Shisui not willing to engage just yet. Real really trying to peel there with the Lantern Flare. Gray already losing HP. But Disciple will help him out there. The mid lane as well. We can see the positioning of Isolani really using the blood flood on Flames, but Flames with a yo-yo blitz, trying to build there, but there's the engagement from Natsuki. Two-man Flames forms the vengeance there, would revitalize from Natsuki. AOG defensively, but Isolani will go down, get shut down, slain by Emma, as Disciple follows him on the chopping block. Wow, we already used the cutting call on Big Face though, but the turtle will spawn in the next 3 seconds.
I think we can see what I said earlier, because like I said, the YSS is gonna have a hard time dealing with the Baxia. It may have a lot of burst damage for the squishes, but when it comes to the Baxia is extremely tanky and is able to take that raw damage coming in from the YSS. And before YSS will become even a bit of a threat onto the Baxia, we would have to get into the late game, and I hope they are able to hold on until that.
Yeah, I do hope they're able to hold on though. The turtle has been taken. It's not really looking good for Darkstars. So far, so good. They only have 1 kill, and that 1 kill belongs to Isolani. That was an early game investment. There's the peel from Real. Wow, that the Lantern Flare is no joke, Emmy.
I told you that I am not letting that pass by in my lobby.
Yeah, because it's just really peeling them and just forcing them to disengage or recall. That can be quite problematic for Darkstars. I really hope they will be able to maneuver this. I really hope YSS is the answer to their cries against this Jusin.
I don't even know if YSS is going to be the right answer. Probably the Gatot with his AOG might be able to do something, but again the Zushin has a flicker, and then his ult is basically a built-in flicker. So I don't know how they're going to work around that. I mean, just look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, but then Natsuki with the unbreakable there gets stunned by the Rafaela, but the Black Shoes comes in from base. There's the Lycan bounce and the bloodthirsty howl from Shisui, but Shisui will fall to Isolani. A bit of a double for Isolani. Ooh, Gray finds Flames as Gray gets a double. It's a 4-for-1 in favor of Darkstars as they find their footing once more. The mid lane is getting pressured. Real will flicker out though. The Lantern Flare on Isolani, the blood floods will get him out of there as they take this tier 1 on the mid lane. Darkstars capitalizing on the numbers advantage.
I think that deserves a bit of a replay before we take a look at the fight at the total, just before the total spawns. Yeah, because come on, you could see that the Gray's presence has been sorely missed in that team fight, and really, as he came in, he really did bring in something to the table. So immediately as the
Yeah,
sweet
but then
start
Natsuki with the
turret.
unbreakable there
The
gets stunned by
ult
Rafaela with
from
Black Shoes
main
comes in from
Sita
base.
initially,
There's the
or
like and bounce
YSS
and the
rather,
portal
and then
out
Gary
from
coming
Shisui,
in
but
with that
Shisui
ult just
will
to
fall
finish
to
up
Isolani.
everything
A bit of
else
a
and
double for Isolani.
carry it
Ooh, great
to the
fine
finish
play
line,
as Gray
get
gets the
that
double.
wipe
It's a
near
four
wipeout,
for one
and
in.
to be honest, that was really something.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that, Emmy.
That
Okay,
was with that
so
actually.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that was with us. Yeah. So back to away from the replay now, back to the current game, and then we can see the YSS. Wow, Darkstars finding their rhythm here, already ahead in the kill lead. Emmy, I think that clash really helped them.
Yeah, the fact that they were able to well,
That's a brutal one there. Isolani. The Black Shoes says big face from that tight decision there. Almost gets cornered, but that Black Shoes will get him out. Darkstars AOG comes in, but Will Miss gets Gary Foreman on him. The Yo-Yo Blitz on Natsuki revitalized, trying to save him. The bloodthirsty howl from Shisui, but unfortunately the Yo-Yo Blitz will take him out. Flames finds Natsuki and punishes him for that wrong engagement there.
Darkstars are able to repeat what they did in the last two team fights with Minotaur going in with the Minoan Rage and then giving enough space for the YSS to be able to land his all too, and then Gray is just there free eating, and like I said, the irritable damage in the mid to late game is a whole lot. She's just like a moving Clint in the map, and I think if they're able to repeat that, because personally I expected Roger to go jungle. I don't know what Roger is doing gold lane and against an Irritel. I mean, he has the mobility and everything, but he doesn't have the kind of damage that she has, and that's becoming a problem in the team fights. So I don't know how they are going to go around this and work it up. But Zushin is the only thing that is holding Darkstar back right now and giving Otsutsuki clan a fighting chance.
Yeah, because the Roger can't really compare to the Irrita, especially in the late game when that heavy crossbow kind of stacks late in the late games, and you really need a proper marksman that's gonna match it up. But I really want to believe that Chisui is aware of this and has something in mind. But that gold lane, Gray gets a killing spree on Indra, but it's a 1v2 bloodthirsty howl from Chisui. The like and bounce will shut him down on the gold lane as Shisui finds his rhythm once more against his counterpart.
And like I said, the proficiency of Gray on that Irritel is astounding. And he was able to kill Rafaela, even though it was a 3v1, and he almost killed the Roger, if not for the fact that Roger had to go back and run away from that fight and re-engage back. But he was taken down by the AOG coming in from Natsuki.
Yeah, definitely coming in from Natsuki. Latan Flare will poke. Big Face using the black shoes to get out of there. Regen from Disciple will assist him to get up back to full HP. But the Otsutsuki will move towards the top lane. That's where the Lord is headed from. And Shisui as well, trying to make sure that they don't steal any turrets while they are defending. Natsuki, though, will engage Indra with the Unbreakable. The Lantern Flare will try to clear the lanes. As you've seen, try to zone them out with the Lantern Flare, but the Blood Force comes in from isolating. The Lord has approached. Darkstars really want to push this mid lane. They want to take down the tier 2 on the mid lane, but Shisui will start taking out the Lord. Darkstars want to make their move right here. Really is almost out of mana. Needs to stop using the Lantern Flare. But the Lilia, big face will find Real with the help of Isolani. He gets a double there with the Heavenly Vow and the Mountain Shaker. That was a beautiful move from Isolani. Oh, still more engagement there.
Wow.
Still more engagement there. AOG.
Oh my god.
Probably got more as Disciple falls. Natsuki as well. Shisui finds him. Oh,
Oh.
Darkstars gets a wipeout as they secure the second game for the Gauntlet. Keeping the Gauntlet road alive.
I think the reason why Otsutsuki lost is because they got overconfident and then they picked Roger Gold when Roger was supposed to go jungle, and the fact that they were not paying enough attention to the YSS, as we saw in the last team fight, when Isolani was clearing the tier 2 in the mid lane. Real and Indra, they were in the mid lane, the inhibitor side, and I don't know what they were doing there, but they didn't factor into their minds the range of his ult, and he was able to stun them because they were running away from big faces, balls, and his damage coming in from the balls. And I don't know how this keeps happening, because we saw that in the fight against Shinigami versus El Cartel yesterday, and Shinigami were able to reverse sweep El Cartel, and I hope that is not the case coming in here inside this match. What do you think, Black Panther?
Yeah, I do hope that that's not the case, because that engagement there, that was pretty impressive. Honestly, the Minoan Rage plus the AOG as well, just really knocking them airborne and then, bringing them together again. That was really thoughtful from Darkstars. I loved how they picked up their rhythm, and I do hope that, because Shisui kind of underperformed in that last game, I was expecting him to really dominate and secure the second one for Otsutsuki. But I really hope that Shisui will go for something, preferably a marksman, a real marksman this time around, that will really help his team.
And I think we have to give props to Isolani, Gray, and Natsuki. And Natsuki was really landing that AOG, and he was able to time it to be a chain CC immediately after the Minoan Rage. And I think I would give props to the old team, to be honest, because they were able to receipt, just like I said, and draft better, and they were able to dominate with that YSS pick. And let's hope they provide us with the same thing in the third match, and we'll see who wins.
Yeah, I do hope they do. Okay, we're back into the draft now, and I do hope the same mistakes are not made anymore, and Darkstars will finally take down that Jusine, because that Jusine really gave them a problem in that last one. Because honestly, I really don't want to be around when Grace suffers a lot from that Jusine.
Yeah, and we have both teams right here at match points, which means the the mental prowess is going to come into the game right now, and whoever has because we see some kind of erratic gameplays from some people, and then some people are just there with their calm minds and all that, and that really has an effect on the gameplay too. And we have a Kimi and a Brody band still from Darkstars, and we have an Irritable band coming in from Otsutsuki, because I mean they saw what Gray did last match, and they are not having that again. Let's see what they are going to ban the second time.
Yeah, I mean it's the gold lane meta ban right now, because they're really, I think the major heads right now that are the winning deciders is Gray and Shisui, and depending on their performance in the matches, that can impact the game significantly. So right now they're really trying to ban as much gold laners as possible, and I love the fact that they're still keeping the Broody on the ban. No thanks, Shisui, we know you're good, so we're not gonna give you a chance to use this time around.
And they have also taken out the Lilia, because what Big Face did in that game, Baxia was having a hard time whenever Lilia was in the picture. And we still have, wait, is it Darkstar that chose? We have a swap here actually, because it was Otsutsuki that went with the Baxia before, but now we have Darkstar picking up the Baxia, and let's see what Otsutsuki is going to respond with.
They just might drop that Rafaela though, because so far so good in the two matches. It hasn't actually worked out for them. I didn't actually see anyone that Rafaela, anymore. Ooh, the glue is finally available.
The glue.
Flame Blue locked that one down. That is a problematic pick. And a real one though. Real will go for the Novaria. Celestial Revelation with the Visions. That is something that I want to see. Wow. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. A Novaria pick is a bold one from Otsutsuki.
I think I personally I will focus more on the glue pick, because both teams, or probably Darkstar, were too focused on the most obvious bans that they could get, and glue was able to slip through, which is going to cause a lot of problems. Trust me, glue is very annoying. He is probably down just next to Zushin in my annoyance list, and we have Darkstars here responding with Melissa, a somewhat counter to glue, and then we have Gacha as the third pick. Let's see what Otsutsuki will respond with.
They better go for something that has the capability to melt, because Gato and Baxia as frontliners are no joke. And the Melissa's all eyes on you is not going to, it's going to hit multi-target. So I do hope they have something that is strong enough. Oh, the Granger is not actually a bad one. It's not actually a bad pick, I must say.
Granger is not a bad pick, but as a Granger main, Granger is my most played hero. In the early to mid game, he's not really going to be able to bust down the Gato Gacha and the Baxia unless he's extremely fed. And in the late game, it will become more of a problem because he can probably Rhapsody like 5 times in a row. But until then, and I'm pretty sure they know this. They have to hold on until he's able to deal out that immense damage and cover up for the mid and early game. And we have a respect ban here coming in from Otsutsuki, the YSS that Isolani played. They do not want to see that. That was marvelous. That was beautiful, and that was proficiency at its core. And now we have Darkstar responding with a Minotaur ban, and then we have Otsutsuki responding with a Balearic ban with a vengeance, a direct counter to Grace Peak, the Melissa with an Inspire. What do you think, Black Panther?
Yeah, it's a direct counter indeed. The dead man, that doesn't, especially the Mia, that the more attack speed you have, basically, the more problematic the deadly turns is to you. But then again, Gray hopefully has something against this, and he's experienced with the Melissa enough. Big Face will leave the Jus scene despite the fact that it's available and go for the Sicilian. One problem to another. Is this a fry pan to fire situation?
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Seems like something is going on Emmy's side. Okay.
On my side?
No, please go on, Emmy.
All right.
Yeah, go
and
on.
we can see Isolani picking up the Roger now, and in the jungle where he's supposed to be with his recent buff, Roger fits in the jungle better than in the gold lane. And then I've been mentioning it since we started this tournament. I do not know why people are not picking the Sicilian. And then we have Big Face finally granting my wish and picking that Sicilian, and I hope it doesn't die too much to the shadow kill coming in from the Hayabusa as the last pick from Ima, the Otsutsuki jungler. What do you think about this draft? Whose side are you leaning on, Black Mountain?
I'm kind of leaning towards the front lines, the DS. Darkstars actually have a very solid draft. I'm leaning towards them because when you have the Roger as the jungle, Isolating knows that Roger is better in the jungle than the gold lane. I don't really know what she or something, but quite didn't work out well against Gray because Gray was on the Erythel. But Isolating finally putting Roger where he belongs against the Emma with Hayabusa, and we also have Natsuki on the Gato, Disciple on the Baxia, and they have two solid damage dealers as the squishies and two solid frontliners as the front lines, EXP and the Roam. This is a team that looks very, very balanced to me. Also, on the other side too, they also have very good picks too. Let's see, it's anyone's game really. I do hope that Otsutsuki though will learn from their mistakes in the last game and make things work out this time around. Okay.
So, like you said, I think there's yeah, I'm with you. I think there's a bit of a lag coming. I don't know if it's from my end or your end. I don't know. Probably people in the stream can identify who's lagging. But I would be leaning towards Darkstars drafts too. And to be honest, I'm banking my money on them with this draft. I mean, Otsutsuki's draft is not bad, but Darkstar has a better draft.
Yeah, Flames here on the mid lane though. There's the Bomber special. With the slap and the grab. Well, it's not really Flames is just trying to just cut the lanes here and just go ahead of himself, get ahead of himself with the rotation. This split, you have this advantage in the earlies that can help you clear the lanes and rotate much faster. Lane though, let's move a bit to the top lane. In drop, deadly taunts. Roger up. Isolani needs to get out of there before that could become lethal. Emma doesn't have the shadow kill yet, so that was a safe taunt there for him. But in future, you might want to watch out for those though.
He has to watch out for those, definitely. And we have Granger here losing to the Melissa on the top lane, and he's having to recall right now.
Okay, I don't know what's going on the stream. Vidas, somebody's saying that they can't hear me. I think there's some kind of technical issues with the stream, but Vidas, if it's possible to resolve that, please, I'd appreciate that so much. So back to the game, Disciple here will start the turtle dance, but Indra will try to come and zone him out. So far so good. Flames as well needs to get out there. Will come to support though. It's a 4-on-2 right now. Roger not here. AOG comes in, finds. Ooh, Real will flicker out of that one, but that could become lethal. Indra here with Avengers not having the Wrath of Dryad yet. But we'll get low, get taken out. Isolani finds the first blood on that one. But there's the mount. Big face is mounted, but they understand the Sanguine Claws finds him for Flames. Will flicker out of there before that could become serious. But then find the slam, the pass, and the split play. Flames will get out of that situation, but the turtle is still available here. Emma trying to find him with the quad shadows, but unfortunately Isolani is the better one as he wins the retry battle for his team.
I think that was definitely expected because the Ayabusa is on level 4, and then we have Roger leading with a 2 level right in the 3rd minute of the game, which is quite a lot. So I think the Ayabusa has work to do, and he has to catch up to the Roger. And I think on the stream issue, I don't know if they can hear you or if they can hear me. If it's just me they are hearing, then it's probably an issue coming in from your end. We have a fighter on the top lane.
Yeah, Celestial Revelation coming in from Real there. Will give them a bigger target point. Oh, there's the Wrath of Dryad for Grey Falls there. We try to find a better position, but there's the shadow kill from the Hayabusa. The AOG comes in as well, finds the Beric. Indra gets to content. The Sanguine Claws will help Shisui to find that one, as Natsuki find another for himself. It's a 3-for-none trade in favor of Darkstars.
I think it's quite evident now that Roger is way better.
Yeah, Roger is
just
better.
look
Up top there, that's the dangerous one. Isolani, you find Shisui. A bit of an overextension there. I really don't know what Shisui was up to there. I mean, I did catch that one. Can you brief me up on what happened there, Emmy?
He was not overextending. He was just trying to go back to his lane, but Roger was right there waiting in the bush, knowing for a fact that Shisui would walk past him, and he was able to shut him down with the help of the Baxia. And I think it's quite very, very evident here that Roger is a better pick in the jungler than in the jungle than in the gold lane, and I don't think what Shisui was going through Shishui's mind in the last game. That was Kwabu, yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a skirmish right there. Emma will get hit by the steel bones there. Mounts him up, stick as well. Wrath of Dryads will come in. Natsuki falls to that. Can't take that one there. That's the quad shadows from Emma, but needs to go back. The turtle has spawned as well, prioritizing the objective. Isolani. There's the shield unity coming in, but the Sanguine Claws will find him. The slap, the grab, the split comes in from Flames. Finds his target and his host as he mounts him. Their Disciple, they will try not to do damage on him, but he will unmount Flames. Great finds Indra up top as Flames will retreat. The total is still available, so the dance is not yet over. Disciple will try to zone out Emmy with the shield unity, trying to keep him away from the objective. The AOG comes and finds Flames and Emma there. Emma goes down. Isolani takes the objective as both teams will retreat as the objective has been taken.
A lot of medal has to be given to this Gato Gacha. Every single AOG that he has casted has landed on an important member on Otsutsuki's side, and they have been able to follow up on that and able to shut down. And then we have this Roger just there or everywhere on the map, tearing everybody that is in his sight. And we have a bit of a skirmish here up top.
Yeah, up top, Shisui with Rhapsody on Disciple. There's Celestial Revelation comes in. Grey will take down the tier 1 dude. Disciple was just buying time for him. There's Models, eyes on me, but not finding any target. The Sanguine Claws will miss as well. Disciple with the shield unity, not willing to engage though. But they will retreat as the turret has fallen already. Disciple might just want to poke a bit here. Emma will try to move, but has to take the long cut. But back to the purple buff here. Isolani will come for the purple buff. There's the blood test they have. But we'll try to find Otsutsuki with the steel balls. Will turn him off Emma ball.
Oh.
It's a dangerous one. Wrath of Triad comes in as well. They will find the host there. As Big Face gets a double, Flames gets one as well. Isolani takes him down. It's a 3-for-2 in favor of Darkstars. Darkstars are really styling in this match. It's looking one-sided. Otsutsuki are actually getting pressured. Oh, that's a shot down!
Oh my God, that was a
nice
snipe.
shot, real.
Yeah, that was a nice shot coming in from Real, and I don't know what Isolani was thinking. Probably was too high on the fact that he has been snowballing a bit, and he went into the turret with his S1. I don't know what he was thinking, but I think I should call attention to the fact that I said Granger would have a little bit of a time melting, a little bit of an issue melting the Baxia, and we have Baxia here fully tanking two Rhapsodies while still being well over 70% of his HP. And Darkstars, to be honest, they are dominating this match, and all that Otsutsuki needs to do actually is they need to hold on and they need to fight for Emma's buff more. We have a squisher.
Yeah, definitely. But it also dance there. Flames looking for host there.
Oh.
LD 4 members, 2 on Unbreakable as well. We'll find one. Indra goes down. Natsuki heading this one. Gray will take out Flames with eyes on you. Shadow kill, but Emma will fall. The Uki quad shadows is not enough to get him out of there. It's a 3-for-none in favor of Darkstars as the Lord will be taken by them with no contest.
I don't know. I don't know what this Natsuki guy is on. Probably he has the Mangekyo Sharingan or something. But his AOG, like I pointed out earlier, is always landing. I mean, just look at that four-man, the 4-man AOG. They were able to follow up and they were able to completely demolish Otsutsuki's lineup. And we have Isolani here once again denying the blue buff to Emma. I don't think he has gotten more than 2 blue buffs in this entire match. And we have Gatos here going in to steal his red buff again.
Yeah, quad shadows coming in. Emma will try to gamble that buff there. Unbreakable as well. Emma, a bit of my extension, gets stunted. Slap, grab, will mount him up. Flames finds his host there, but not willing to take him down. Flames takes him down, but Indra will fall in his place as both teams will retreat. It's a 1-for-1 trade, and eye for an eye. Darkstars not willing to take that fall of Natsuki lying down as they take out one of Otsutsuki members in return. But the Lord will approach from the center of the mid lane. The mid lane is taking down Disciple, looking for an opening here. But up top, we can see that Gray will try to find that turret up top, but the Lord will be taken down. Ooh, Sangwan Claus coming in, but then again, they go away from the Melissa, not ready to be used. That shot from the Novaria was half HP of the Gray. That was crazy, Emmy.
I think they need to start paying attention because the Novaria is starting to pick up and she is starting to deal a lot of damage. And like I said, glue is very annoying. Imagine he glued to Gatogasha and Gatogasha AOG. We have a fighter.
Yeah, find this host with a stick, but Gato will fall. Disciple goes down before him, though. Flames will follow him to his death as well. Indra takes down. FaZe gets a double, but Darkstars are really styling right now. The mid lane gets to go away for the turret will push Gray out of that one. Emma finds the quad shadows, but Atsuki will outmaneuver that one. But they will take out the tier 1 of the tier 2 of the gold lane. They still trying to find one. Real is hitting hard right now. Real is dealing so much magic damage from that one shot. I think they really need to start taking this Novaria care. I think they need to buy, the Athena shield. I think one of them has to get something for this Novaria unless they're gonna hear it, Emmy.
Definitely, they need to get a little bit of a magic defense to counteract damage coming in from Real. And to be honest, like I said, I don't know what people have been drafting all these years and days in this particular gauntlet, but we can see the effect of the Cecilia. I mean, just look at that. Following up, we have Disciple here. I don't know what he's doing. All right, he was able to escape.
Yeah, he was able to escape there. That was kind of an aggressive poke, but thank God it wasn't so costly there. But you can see how they're just costly. Look at how they're just invading the jungle. Darkstars. Jesus. Emma with the quad shadows, big face. Will get in the midst of his teammates to spread the damage of the shadow kill. For the eyes on me, comes from the Melissa. Indra will fall to Gray. It's a 1-for-none trade as both teams will retreat to the objective.
Oh my god. I think that is probably the only AOG that was not able to land on a single target. I guess nobody's perfect, but we have wow, they were able to bust down the Lord in less than 10 seconds. I don't even understand the kind of snowballing here. And we have Darkstars there on an 11k, almost 11k gold lead on Otsutsuki. I don't know how they are going to hold on or defend this Lord, to be honest, because the damage coming in from the Melissa, the Sicilian, the Roger, and the AOG that has been landing on Otsutsuki clan members a lot. I don't know how they're going to deal with that and defend against the Lord at the same time. And we have the Lord spawning in the mid lane.
Yeah, I do agree. I think I'm gonna come out and say it right now. Otsutsuki, they took that victory a little too lightly against
Yeah.
Darkstars, and Darkstars took
Mm-hmm.
it too personally. Because right now they're giving them a taste of their own medicine in the earlies, like when they give them in the first match. Indra, I really don't understand your positioning here. But then again, hopefully Sanguine Cross will not find anyone. The Lord, the tier one has been taken down. That up lane, that top lane. Since we already
Oh.
have everybody mobilized, taunted up with the rest of the Triad. Eyes on me from the Melissa finds one. Big face takes down the tier one.
Oh.
Emma Solaney. Darkstars trying to push for that base, trying to secure one.
Oh
Ooh,
my
the
god.
like a bounce. The like a bounce. Isolate the human. Now
Oh
isolate the
my
hacker.
god.
Divine
Wow.
zero as they win the gauntlet fixture for tonight. Wow, that was crazy.
That was definitely crazy. I don't know what Roger was on. Probably was a little bit of a coke before he joined, before he started playing the match. But that was crazy. That would have definitely been a maniac if not for the fact that the base was broken. So I think Otsutsuki is going down to the lower bracket, but. I think they need to resit and make sure that when next they are ahead or at a match point in any of their next matches in the tournament, they need to take it as equally serious as though they were on the back foot. And props to Isolani, props to Big Face, props to the old Darkstar team, but particularly on my own end, I think the MVP is definitely going to Natsuki because his engages are on point, my bro. Like they are always those AOGs are always landing on a 3-man, 2-man, or a 4-man. And the team, I know the fact that they do not disappoint him. They're able to follow up and able to wipe the old Otsutsuki clan. And we have a reverse sweep here, just like yesterday that happened when Shinigami played versus El Cartel. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe it's the trend of a reverse sweep. What do you think, Black Matter?
Yeah, it's definitely a kind of a reverse sweep. But I want to believe that Isolani was, really on that coke because, damn, damn, what was that? It's like it says, okay, Shisui, you chose the Roger on the gold lane,
Mhm.
but let me show you how to properly use the Roger on the
Exactly.
jungle. And it just came in and absolutely made life difficult for him on the gold lane because those ganks, I think his only saving grace was the Hayabusa and the glue. That was the only problem for him
Mhm.
there. And once he realized that
Yeah.
flames went down, that was his opening to just root out as much havoc as possible and secure the win. But yeah, a reverse sweep pattern. Hopefully, the losing. It's kind of like, okay, let's lose so that the reverse sweep will favor us.
Definitely, they'll have to check in on that, and probably it's a trend or something is going on or somewhere. Because I don't know, probably it's the confidence. The same thing happened with El Cartel. They got confident and they started drafting in a very weird way, and they gave the opportunity to Shinigami, and they were able to take that particular match. But thanks guys for tuning in and watching the tournament. And I'm going to be handing over to our streamer and what's his name? Vidas.
See what's his name. Well, that's that's cool. So it's been a pleasure actually. The matches were definitely one that lived up to the expectations. They definitely brought that hype and the violence that comes along with it. I mean, Isolani once again, despite the going down in the first game, they came back and yeah, they really brought the challenge to Otsutsuki, and I guess Otsutsuki could not meet up to it. So yeah, It was a nice fixture. Would say don't cry that it's over. Smile because it happened, and I think tomorrow will be another day where it happens again. So until
Any last
then,
word from you, Dark Matter?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on the stream, Emmy and Vidas. I appreciate the time here. And for you guys that watch the stream, thanks so much. You guys being here, support helps me a lot, and it helps me to improve in what I do. But yeah, that's it. It was a beautiful match. Both teams really faced off each other, and they showed what they can do tonight. But hopefully, they have contingency plans for what made them lose tonight, and they'll show us something better in another instance. And with that being said, this is me signing out. Good night.
Yeah.
Take care and peace.
Peace, man.